Start.
Good evening, dear guests and respected Toastmasters. Welcome to the online meeting of Eloquent Elites Gavel Club. I am Gavile Sushant Kumar. I am pleased and proud to be your sergeant at arms for today's meeting. Every Gavel Club is affiliated to Toastmasters and provides Toastmasters experience to those who are under 18. I am very happy to present the mission of Toastmasters. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In the online meeting environment, there are a few housekeeping policies that we request everyone to follow. Please rename yourselves as follows to help the Zoom Master spotlight you appropriately. All Toastmasters not playing any role, please prefix TM to your name, and all Gaveliers not playing any role, please prefix Gav to your name. And all other guests, please prefix your name with guest. And all role players have been already informed on how they need to rename themselves. Please take 10 seconds for this activity. Please put your phones and all other noise-making devices on silent mode and any other distraction around you. Please take 5 seconds to do so. Please keep your audio on mute throughout the meeting and unmute your microphone only whenever you are required to speak. Please keep your video cameras on. Speakers do feel nice to see people's faces, and the visual aspect of synchronous communication has obvious benefits. Please avoid unnecessary movements or sipping on drinks or eating when your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to move away or do anything like that. Please do not type in the general Zoom chat box when a speaker is speaking, as it distracts the speaker. You may type messages to specific people via Zoom chat. Please use the chat on Zoom to provide feedback directly to the speaker after the speech is over. Do not click on screen share unless your speech or role requires you to do so. Please share screen after informing everyone that you will be doing so. If you're a speaker, then please ensure that you pin the timer or confirm that the timer screen is visible to you. And please note that this meeting is being recorded. To network after the meeting, please stay back. It's my proud privilege to introduce the presiding officer of the day, Aditya Virlik. Gavile Aditya is not just the president of our Gavel Club, but the one who mooted the idea for this club and mobilized it with the guidance and support of his parents. Gavile Aditya is a RN Podar school student. He built a PC from scratch on his own during the lockdown. He's a Taekwondo black belt and district and state level swimming champion. We are glad that this multifaceted youth is our leader. Over to you, presiding officer, Aditya Virlik.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Sushant Kumar. As a matter of fact, I'm using the very PC I built to attend this meeting. So a very warm welcome to all Gaveliers, Toastmasters, and dear guests. As presiding officer, I call the meeting to order. Shall we pass the agenda first before we move on with the proceedings?
Sure, we can pass the agenda. There is no correction. So I request a Gavelier to propose and another Gavelier to second it. Sarah, can you propose that the agenda be passed?
I propose that the agenda be passed.
Okay. The right way to say is I, Sarah Virlekar, Eloquent Elites Gavel Club, propose that the agenda be passed. Okay? Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Repeat.
I, Sarah Virlekar, Eloquent Elites Gavel Club, propose that the agenda be passed.
Thank you. Srishti, can you second it? You simply do that same thing.
Yeah, I, Srishti Kohli, Eloquent Elites Gavel Club, second the agenda.
Thank you. Second the motion. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The agenda has been adopted. Welcome everyone to the 14th meeting of Eloquent Elites Gavel Club. A very warm welcome to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Rita Achalere, Charismatic Speakers Toastmasters Club. A hearty welcome to our Speech Evaluator, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, from our sponsor club, Eloquent Elites Gavel Club. Toastmasters Club. Warm welcome to our Gavelier Meha from Virudhunagar Gavel Club, Tamil Nadu. I extend a hearty welcome to all of you with gratitude for handling pivotal roles and supporting our Gavel Club. I'm very happy to introduce the gavel master of the day, Sarah Verlaker. Yes, you guessed it right. Sarah is my sister. She is an 8th grader in Aranpura school. She's passionate about caring for animals. She feeds dogs and cats in our society, and she wants to be a veterinarian. She loves sports, and she's represented her school in badminton, swimming, and athletics competitions for the district and the state. Put your hands together for the Gavalier of the Day, Sarah Verlaker. Over to you, Gavalier of the Day.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Good evening, fellow Gavaliers, respected and distinguished Toastmasters, and lovely guests. It is an honor to be the Gavel Master of the Day. Today's theme is I am not going to take it anymore. I am not going to take it anymore day is commemorated on January 7th every year. The start of a new year is a good time to reflect on our lives and decide what we want to change about it. This is a day dedicated to standing up for yourself, a day of taking control. It aims and inspires you to start the new year with a good attitude that combines both strong and honest. You don't have to be angry to participate. You just have to be true to yourself and know when you've had enough, you've had enough. Knowing when you've had enough means freeing yourself from something that is no longer serving you. Let's reflect as we go along. In this contemplative mood, let us move ahead with the meeting. This meeting will be divided into 3 sections. The first section is that of prepared speeches. I will lead this session. The second section is the table topic session, will be led by Gavalier Micah Abraham. The third section will be led by our special invitee, Toastmaster Rita Achillere, our general evaluator of the day. I will call upon the timer to the timing guidelines for each section separately. Our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rita Achillere, is Vice President Education from Charismatic Speakers Toastmasters Club. She is passionate to work on automotive electronic product development towards sustainability. She has 17 years of rich experience in automotive domain. She loves nature photography. She likes cooking, trekking, traveling, painting, and reading books. She is a dynamic leader on a mission to upskill youth to be better performers. Her favorite quote is, "Invest in yourself so that others invest in you." How wonderful! If we do not let go of what bothers us, we are divesting ourselves instead of investing in us, isn't it? I request our general evaluator to explain the significance of the role. Over to you, Toastmaster Rita Achillere.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I am your general evaluator. The purpose of general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for a good example of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of meeting, I will give my report. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarah.
Thank you. Some people who are obsessed with grammar may have grammatical pedantry syndrome called GPS. GPS is kind of an obsessive compulsive disorder that makes people annoy others by correcting small errors and cause embarrassment. Grammar is important, and there is a time, place, and position that allows us to use grammatical errors without sounding rude and accepted as a tool to improve communication skills. The place where you can do it freely and is accepted openly is Toastmasters. I request grammarian Gavalier B.R. Meha from Virudu Nagar Gavel Club to introduce the word of the day and explain the role of the grammarian. Over to you.
Greetings, Cavaliers. I'm Meha from Virudhunagar Gavel Club. I'm so elated to be a part of Eloquent Elites Gavel Club meet. I'm so glad to be the grammarian of today's meet. As a grammarian, I shall take note of the good and not so good usages of grammar by the speakers. Now we are going to see the word of the day. The word of the day is revolution. I repeat, the word of the day is revolution. The word revolution has multiple meanings and is used in different contexts as follows. Politics, a change in the way a country is governed, often by war or violence. For example, the French Revolution changed France from a monarchy to a republic. Change, a sudden, radical, or complete change. For example, his European education and exposure to different cultures revolutionized his thoughts and behavior so much that his own parents felt alienated from him. Movement, a complete circular movement around a point. For example, the Earth makes one revolution on its axis in about 24 hours. Some synonyms of revolution include insurrection, mutiny, rebellion, revolt, uprising, coup, and rising. So, Gaveliers are requested to use the word of the day throughout your speeches. And the other Gaveliers show up the thumbs up reaction if you notice someone using the word of the day. And over to the head.
Thank you. If you open social media, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, several advertisements pop up, suggesting us to use fillers to hide age lines. Here in Toastmasters, and our counter tells us not to use fillers. Why is it so? Now I request our counter, Toastmaster Shrishti Kohli, our Vice President, Public Relations. She is a multi-faceted, talented Gavalier who loves singing, writing, and dabbling in sports. Over to you, Gavalier Shrishti. Please introduce the role of the counter.
Warm good evening and a very happy new year to the Gavalier of the day, fellow Gavaliers, esteemed Toastmasters, and guests. My duty as our counter is to listen attentively to each speaker and make a note of the following used by the speaker. A. The crutch sounds. B. The filler words. But, so, like, then, well, basically, absolutely, seriously, etc. C. The filler phrases. You know, you see, I mean, etc. When called upon, I will give a report of these speaking errors. I hope this report will help cure speakers of the annoying habit of vocalized pauses and getting rid of filler words. Over to you, Gavalier of the day, Sarah Verleker.
Thank you. The tradition of dedicating January 7th to the thought, I am not going to take it anymore, started with the awareness that time is fleeting. When we put up with unacceptable, unsavory situations for a long time, it can be damaging. Here, in this meeting, we have a timer to see that we maintain timelines. Toastmaster Mubashir Ansari, over to you to explain the role of the timer for prepared speech section now.
Good evening, guests, Toastmasters, and Gavalier. I am Gavalier Mubashir Ansari, and I am the timer today. I am happy and proud to put up this role. A timer is the backbone of the meeting. Being a stickler for time is the hallmark of professionalism. Toastmaster has given us the excellent tool to keep any speech and meeting within time limits. As you heard from our Gavalier of the day, there are 3 sections of this meeting. I will present the timeline for each section in being of that section. Now I am giving guidelines for the first section of prepared speeches. Today, we have one prepared speaker. The speaker is presenting Project A. Organize your speech. The timing guideline is 5 to 7 minutes. The screen will be showing 5 timer from the beginning of the speech up to 5 minutes. At 5 minutes, the screen will showing green and stay green. At 6 minutes, the screen will turn yellow and stay yellow. At 7 minutes, the screen will turn red and remain red until the speech ends. For your information, speeches less than 5 minutes and more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds do not qualify for voting. Today, as there is only one speech, there will be no voting for best speaker. But we know our speaker Kavya Singh is the best. I will present the timeline report when it is called for. Thank you. Over to Gambler of the day.
Thank you. Time and tide wait for none. When an ongoing system becomes irrelevant and painful, we have to move on and bring about the radical change. It can be sometimes irrelevant and sometimes violent. This change is a form of political, economical, social, or technological revolution. Thus, we had French Revolution, Russian Revolution, Industrial Revolution, etc. We move on with prepared speech section. I am glad to introduce the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev from our sponsor club, Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club. She is a corporate legal professional and a Toastmaster for the last 2 years. Reading and listening to music are two of her favorite interests. The floor is open for you to explain the speech objectives of Kavya Singh's second project.
Good evening, fellow Gaviliers. It is such a pleasure to see young buddies all charged up and giving speeches and talking about, taking up roles like this. Very nice. So I am the speech evaluator for speaker, in fact, Gavilier Kavya Singh. The Gavilier is presenting Project 2. The purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback from the club and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate that the member has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. So as they say, just being you is revolution. And with that, let me wish Speaker Kavya Singh all the very best to give a revolutionary speech. Over to you, TMOD.
1 minute. Nisha, I think I had sent the objectives separately to you above, and I don't know from where you read this part. Okay, I think you read it from the evolution form. I had sent the objective separately. Can you just read from there? Cavalier Kavya Singh is presenting Project 2, the objectives of speech 2 from Competent Communicator Manual.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So Gavilier is presenting Project 2. The Gaviliers have to complete Competent Communicators Manual. So I wish Gavilier all the very best.
No, please read out the objectives from there. They are different. I've sent you the message about the, on the WhatsApp, I've sent you about the agenda separately. I've sent you about that evaluation speech.
1 minute.
Can you see that?
I have the evaluation form.
Above that, Cavalier Kavya Singh is presenting Project 2. The objectives of speech 2.
Got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll go back and say the same.
Yes.
The objectives of speech 2 are select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your speech clear with supporting information directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. These are the objectives of speech 2. I wish Cavalier Kavya Singh all the very best for her speech. Over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha.
1 minute. 1 minute. I apologize for sending the wrong feedback form. That is why this happened. Thank you, Nisha, for understanding. Because they do not have separate now structure, we are not able to get the evaluation forms because they are following the same old communicator manual. So that is why this happened. So I sent you the objectives separately. I will send you the forms later, but just follow the objectives and evaluate the speech.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Thanks a lot. Thanks for understanding.
no problem.
Over to you, Sarah.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. Speaker Kavya Singh, can you please spin the time? Is the timer screen clearly visible to you?
I will put the speak.
All right.
Yeah.
Announcing the speaker now. Kavya Singh, color is power. Color is power, Kavya Singh. Over to you.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes. Audible and visible. You can start. Timer, you can start the speech when she begins.
Sure. Good evening, fellow Gavaliers and esteemed Toastmasters. Let me start with a request. Would you all please close your eyes for just a second? What did you see? Darkness, isn't it? Can you imagine living in such a dark world forever? Can you imagine a world without the golden sunrise or sunset, the blue sea or sky, or the lush greenery? I can't. Color is power. Color can express, impress, or depress. Oscar Wilde said, mere color can speak to the soul in 1,000 different ways. Today, let us explore how the geographical, religious, and social constructs of color speak to us. Let's examine the geographical diversity. In India, red stands for beauty, love, and marriage, while in South Africa, it is the color of mourning. Yellow is associated with happiness in America and England, but in Egypt and Latin America, it represents death and mourning. White is associated with purity in the West, but in many Asian cultures, including India, it stands for death. In Asia and the West, green represents environment and growth. For Indonesians, it represents exorcism of evil, and in South America, it represents death. Color has different connotations in different countries. Color also has religious associations. Yellow, saffron, and red are the holy colors of Hinduism, symbolizing auspiciousness, sacrifice, and worship respectively. Saffron is the holy color of Sikhism, symbolizing sacrifice. For Buddhists, yellow symbolizes renunciation. They believe that meditating on yellow can turn their pride into wisdom. The flag of Jainism has 5 main colors: white, red, yellow, green, and blue. These represent the 5 main vows of Jainism. Green is sacred in Islam, associated with the Prophet and heavens. Christianity has many color symbolisms. Gold symbolizes divine connection, depicted with the golden hair. White represents purity and peace, while black stands for sin and death. For Parsis following Zoroastrian faith, white is for innocence. Now, let us look at the social constructs of color. For an artist, color can express several different emotions. Even one tiny dab of bright color on a monochromatic picture can create a stellar effect. Color psychology tells us how different colors affect human behavior. Our dresses, homes, offices, hospitals. Colors are chosen considering their impact on our moods. White and black are 2 powerful colors, don't you think? Let us ask the 33 million Indian widows about the crippling power of white. Jingling bright bangles, red sindoor, and colorful saris are forbidden for them. They are only allowed to be clad in white saris.
all colors are bleached from their lives. When Holi arrives, India's brightest celebration of color, when bright powders and colored water are splashed on everyone, a widow is expected to disappear into the background and lead a colorless life. However, things are changing. In Meera Sahibhagini Widows Ashram, hundreds of widows gathered this Holi to celebrate color and joy. Color was everywhere, on the women's faces, in their hair, coating their clothes. They experienced unparalleled joy, and for once, white was hard to find. Let us ask Ahmed Locke, Patrick Leola, Elia McLean, and George Floyd regarding the bane of black. Oh, they are dead. Black, horrendous racial hatred in the hearts of a few white police officers killed these dark-skinned African American men. Alice Walker rightly coined the term colorism to denote bias based on skin color. When the white enslaved the black, they popularized the perception that white is beauty. Skin complexion, after British rule, became an obsession of the Indian mindset. Even in kids' stories, gods are light-skinned and demons are dark-skinned. Looking for a very fair girl for our son is the all too common matrimonial advertisement we see. The lady's education and background are secondary. The fair and lovely advertisements actually showcase the unfair and ugly mindset. To conclude, I am not going to take this anymore. We must be the voice of change and bring about a revolution. We must sensitize the society around us and dispel the myth that beauty is in fair skin only. Let us embrace that brown too is beautiful and that black lives matter. As rightly summarized by Amy Grant, without black, no color has any. Let us all not see the world only in black and white, but perceive the many shades of grey in between. As I wind up, I quote Marcus Aurelius: "The soul gets dyed with the color of its thoughts." So thank you for giving me the opportunity to paint on your canvas. Over to you, Gabriel.
That was a very interesting speech, Kavya. Timer Mubashir, can you please share the time taken by the speaker Kavya Singh?
6 minutes 35 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Gavalier Mubashir. Now is the table topic session. This session will be conducted by Gavalier Micah Abraham, a 9th grader from Bombay Scottish High School. Reading and football are his hobbies. Over to you, Gavalier Micah Abraham.
प्लस पेज दोगे ना तुम पेमेंट टॉप मिस करेंगे
Micah?
Yeah.
Why don't you speak? I can see you are on the screen. Gavalier Micah, can you hear? I'm not able to spotlight you also. I think
Not in the meeting.
yeah, he dropped out. He was there 2 minutes before. I renamed him also. Probably he'll join back again. Just give him a second. I'll call him. I'm sure that he also must have realized that. Okay. He has written that he'll join from phone. His internet connection has been spoiled. So he'll just join. Let's give a second. In the meantime, this background, the virtual background, It shows I cannot take it anymore. The frustration, anger, helplessness, different emotions are depicted. And this was used earlier by the American Association for Association for Defense Personnel earlier in one of their meetings for this particular same purpose, for this day, January 7th. So that is why, just to honor this feeling, I chose this virtual background. Thank you. Micah? I saw him join and again.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Start.
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, invitee Toastmasters, fellow Cavaliers, and guests. Table topics helps members practice thinking on their feet and speaking off the cuff. This helps us develop our 4 vital communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. This session is not restricted to members alone. I request members who have not spoken or played any role to take up this opportunity. Even the guests can participate. I hope everyone gives this a shot. Please use the word of the day the grammarian has given today. Keeping today's theme is I am not going to take it anymore. Keeping this theme in mind for every speaker, I will give 3 words in this context, and in your speech, please use these words. And of course, remember to use the word of the day. There are 7 options to choose from. Please make your one.
Who would like to speak? One person, please volunteer, and you can also choose the number from 1 to 7. He has given option from 1 to 7. Can anybody choose? Can join? I think guests will take some time to warm up because they would require others to participate, see how it goes. So members can do it. Come on. There is no hard and fast rule. Please participate.
I'd like to participate.
Yes, Aditya. Wonderful.
I think Micah is frozen.
Micah, can you see? Again. Yes. Again is gone. He's here. Yes, Micah. You can choose a number, Aditya, between 1 to 7, and then Micah will be able to give.
2.
2. His choice is 2.
2. Yeah. Helpless, unsupported, and defenseless.
So the idea is you have got to read the introduction, how they have to use the 3 words and the word of the day.
Am I read it? Did I
read it once more? You read it once more. Yeah. He's not getting it. This is a new concept that he has introduced. Yes, Micah, read it.
Okay. For today's session, the theme is I am not going to take it anymore. Keeping this theme in mind, for every speaker, I will give 3 words, and in this context and in your speech, please use these 3 words. Of course, remember to use the word of the day: revolution. So there are 7 options to choose from, and please make your choice between 1 to 7.
He has chosen 2, so give those 3 words now. Now he will get
the words are helpless, unsupported, and defenseless.
So you have to use these 3 words: helpless, unsupported, defenseless, and also the word revolution in your speech. Okay?
Okay.
You can note down if you want to.
Right.
I'll put it on your personal chat.
No, it's okay.
Okay? Yeah, thank you.
So helpless, unsupported, defenseless. This reminds me of my history lessons that I unfortunately had to give up since I've started the science stream in 11th grade. So the first thing I can think about is the French Revolution. The peasants there were helpless. They were continuously taxed. They were defenseless. They could not prevent the the 50%, 100% tax sometimes from being taken from them. They were forced to live off they were forced to live to pay taxes and not for themselves. So eventually they came together and sparked a revolution. And this is one of the first revolutions against monarchy. And it deposed the ruling powers and established a democracy, though it was nowhere near the kind of democracies we have today. But for the first time, the peasants in France had a voice. They were now no longer helpless completely. They were supported and they could defend themselves. And this began France's journey to become one of the leaders of human rights today, even despite of what has happened in the past. Like, French people are some of the first people to stand up against any kind of inequality and discrimination. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
Isn't it a very interesting concept? Come on. I request somebody else to take part. Join. Come on. Just explore. Kavya, would you like to participate? Try. What's the harm?
Ma'am, I'll go for it.
Aditya Swaroop Das. Wonderful. Oh, Adityas
Yes,
are
ma'am.
always in the forefront. Come. Wonderful.
Choose a number from 1 to 7 except 2.
Okay, I'll choose 5.
5.
Excellent.
Your words are exploitation, corruption, and poverty.
Okay. So, a very good evening to all fellow Gaveliers and respected Toastmasters present in the meeting. And my words for this meeting are poverty. Can you please repeat the words again?
Exploitation, corruption, poverty, and revolution.
Okay. Exploitation, poverty, and corruption and revolution. So first, I'd like to start with exploitation. Now, exploitation is something which starts from very small, but on the long run it grows. Like, let's say today we went to school, we found a pen which is kept on the table, and and the exploitation is that we didn't just a second.
Yeah. Can restart again. We can start the
Yes,
restart the
ma'am.
timing again. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I just went a bit.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
I request the timer to restart the time again.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So from these 3 words, I can imagine the Indian government at first, because we can see a lot of exploitation caused by the politicians. They're always running after the money, but they're not thinking about it, about the fate, about the responsibilities they have on their shoulders. They will take care of the people. Through exploitation, it follows to corruption. Corruption as in the government, the higher order people, they provide some budget to fix a road, maybe to provide water and now these politicians, they take corruption, and how does that happen? They put half of the money in their pocket, and rest they give it to other politicians to keep their mouth shut, so that they can only use that money for their own lavish lifestyle. And through this and everything, these two words leads to poverty. Us, the mango man of India, the Aam Aadmi, we always suffer. We always get all the we always get the suffering. We don't get the things which we are supposed to get. It is our right. It is our right to get water. It is our right to get the electricity and 24/7 also. That is it from my side. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Aditya, for participating. He's very new, still he participated. Similarly, our timer is just a month old, just few days old, and he has joined to take up the role. Yes. Now,
Thank you, Cavalier. Is there a volunteer for the next topic?
who would like to volunteer? Come on, please volunteer quickly so we can cover more topics and listen to more of you speaking. Who's volunteering again now? You all spoke so beautifully. What is the hesitation? Come on.
Can I volunteer again?
I would like to let somebody else try. That
Of course.
enthusiasm is remarkable. Amazing, Aditya. Yes. Who
Thank
else
you.
would like to do it? Kavya, there is guest Aishi Roy. I welcome you. Can you just talk, unmute yourself and participate? No, there is no
Hello,
harm in
everyone.
participating. Welcome. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So
Hello.
I'm very new to this right now. I think I'll just listen to others and gear up for the next session. Is
No
that okay?
problem. No, you don't want to give it a try now?
I'm a bit nervous, actually.
No problem at all. Thank you. Thank you.
It's my first session, so I
No
hope you
problem at all.
understand. Thank you.
Thank you for participating. Yeah. Who else would like to? Sushant, would you like to take part? Sergeant at Arms.
Sure.
Thank you.
I would pick the number 7.
7. Wonderful.
Okay, number 7. Your words are submissive, assertive, and aggressive.
So I'm a student in studying in 9th grade. So we have all the subjects regardless of our stream. So history, English, and in English literature, we are doing the play Julius Caesar. In that play, there are many characters and many human emotions are portrayed as Shakespeare's novel plays. So in that, there are many characters, but one specific snake, which I would call Brutus, he backstabs Caesar, his best friend, and eventually goes on to murder him. So he and his team of conspirators who were doing conspiracy against Caesar, they made many passive and aggressive comments to they tried to bring up people who were on the side of Caesar, but they played with the human mind and they eventually got them on their side and they eventually went against him. So that I think is the power of human emotions, and that is why you have to, sort of control your mind and restrict your emotions. You have to go up with the flow of your brain and not your heart. There are many conflicting emotions and things which can overflow and which can make you nervous, but you have to stick with your gut and you don't have to flow away with your emotions. For example, I can revoke anyone and they can be furious about things, but eventually you have to look at the bigger picture and not think about much. Like, honestly have no idea what I'm speaking right now. I just described my school play, but I'm still here and trying to speak something, but I'm seeing that the timer card is yellow. So I would still like to go on because I'm kind of shameless. But in my opinion, you can be aggressive towards anyone and you can revoke them. But ultimately, it would ruin your friendship with them and it would ruin relations eventually. If it's with you or anybody else, doesn't matter. And I'm seeing the timer card going red, so I would stop now. And yes, thank you.
Great.
Thank you, sir. That was a great speech. Any volunteers for the next topic?
There is Aruna Subhadra, who's actually the grammarian. I think her name has changed. So she's doing the role. Probably she'll be busy noting down. Gavili Vivan, so young and budding. Would you like to participate? Just talk on these, using these 3 words. There's no harm if you don't use also, but just talk. It adds to your confidence. We would like to listen to you. Come on.
No, ma'am.
No? Why?
It's my first day.
Oh God. So what is the first day, right? Is, don't you want to make it memorable? He was there first at 6:30. He was there. Would you like to try?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. No
I
problem.
will try at next session, prepare and come.
No, but these topics are not prepared, right? We never know the topics. For everybody, it is unprepared. So we can just talk. And if we don't manage also, no problem. Just use those.
Ma'am, next session.
Next session. Okay. Okay. Wonderful, Vivan. Thank you. Who else would like to try? There is time as per the session. I would request our general evaluator and speech evaluator also to attempt, because that will be inspiring for the Gavaliers, an example of how the table topic sessions can be handled also. So would you like to please take it up? Yes, thank you, general evaluator. Thank you so much. Yes.
Please choose a number apart from 2 and 7.
1. Number 1.
Yeah. Your words are frustrated, angry, and rude.
Frustrated, angry, rude, and then revolution. 4
And
words.
revolution.
So, sometimes it happens that we try our best, but things don't work out in our way, and we get frustrated. But does it help you frustrating? No, right? So what should be done so that we can overcome such situations? So you can do that, count the number and think, reflect on the situation, that how that situation could be betterly handled. So that can help you to overcome the things. The situation can be handled by thinking and meditating. So the best option is, when every day you start with the good thoughts in your mind, but overall the day, it may happen that something will go wrong, but at the end of the day, you should sit with yourself and think that how you can improve that, and work on the next day, so that you will keep on improving and you will see better version of yourself. So frustration and these situations are all in your mind only, that how we take the situations. So it's our thought process. We can change it differently to handle such situations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So can I request Nisha to take
Yeah,
part?
yeah, I'll do. I'll do.
Thank you. Thank you, Nisha.
Please choose a number.
I'll choose 3.
Yeah. Your words are patience, endurance, and tolerance, along with the word of the revolution.
Good evening, fellow Gavaliers and Toastmasters. These words remind me of the Indian freedom struggle. Patience, endurance, tolerance, all of which we had in abundance, or we had to bring about in abundance to ensure that we got freedom. The people of India, 1 minute. Sorry.
Nope.
The people of India suffered hugely because of the British era, but it is their total strength, which they brought about and came about unified, because of which we saw a free India today. It is their patience, it is their their endurance to fight the evil and to fight the British in a way that they could get freedom. And in a way, they brought about the revolution through the mutiny, Sepoy mutiny, through the 1920 non-cooperation movement, through the uprising, through all of those movements. Slowly and steadily, India woke up and knew that they could raise their voice against the British. Although the British were powerful in their own way, they knew that if they would go about that movement slowly and steadily, they gained strength throughout India and they were able to get freedom. And in fact, I would say that the British rule in India gave India a new belief in itself, gave India a confidence that if they raise voice against the wrong, they can always succeed. And even if they are small in number, they can come united, they can become a bigger force, and they can fight anything that is big. So I think India stands strong today because of the people over the last centuries who decided that they have to raise their voice against the wrong. And that really is revolution. So thank you. Over to you.
Wonderful. Very well encapsulated.
Thank you. That was a great speech. Who wants to go next?
I think the time is up now for the session. So we can move on. You can wind up, you can ask the timer for the timing, and then we can have the polls.
Okay, yeah, over to you, timer.
Aditya Warlekar took 1 minute 27 seconds. Aditya Swarab took 1 minute 22 seconds. Sushant Kumar 2 minutes 16 seconds. Rita 1 minute 21 seconds. Nisha Sanjeev 2 minutes.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the timing. Very precise, wonderful job. Now, I will just put on the polls. I will launch the polls and I request everybody to vote. Generally, along with the Cavaliers, I do not put the timers also for the voting. But table topic session is exemplary because table topic session for everybody, it is off the cuff. People speak on the extempore, right? So I'm putting everybody together. Please vote. Can you all see? Can you see the? You can, yes. Wonderful. Please start voting. I can see only 6 votes cast until now. 7, 9 now. 10, 13 of 30. Wow, wonderful. Everybody has participated. I'll share the results. Can you all see? So Cavaliers Sushant Kumar, who spoke about Julius Caesar, Shakespeare, literature, he has won very clearly by a very good margin. And beautiful attempt by all the speakers. Thank you so much. I'll stop sharing and we move ahead with the meeting. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Micah. Do you have anything to say? I think he's off the line. Yes. Okay. So I request Sarah Warlekar to continue.
Thank you, Cavalier Micah Abraham, for an interesting session on the theme. Now I hand over the virtual podium to Toastmaster Rita Achalare, our General Evaluator.
So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sarah. So give me seconds. Now I call upon timer demonstrating evaluation session. Gavilian Mubashir.
Yes.
For the speech evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. The virtual screen will be changed to green at 2 minutes, to yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, to red at 3 minutes. For our counter and grammarian, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green. At 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow. At 2 minutes, red will be shown. For all the reporter, the minimum time should be read to qualify for voting for best speech in the category. Grace period of 30 seconds is allowed over the maximum time allotted. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Timer.
Timer, you have your white background behind, please. I don't see that now. And you need to change the background as you, if you remember. So when the evaluation session starts, please remember to start the timing. He's doing it for the first time and he joined just a week before. So I really appreciate his confidence in doing it. Thank you. Over to you, Rita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call our evaluator, Gavilian Toastmaster Nisha for evaluation of speech. Speaker 1.
Good evening once again to all the Gaviliers and especially to my speaker, Kavya Singh. What a beautiful speech. The topic itself, starting with the title of the topic, color is power. I was wondering as to how is somebody going to outline a speech around color. But it was so beautifully done by Gavilier Kavya Singh. The speech was powerful in your content, your delivery, and the messaging. I mean, the way you brought the instances were so beautiful, and you actually started with talking about the significance of color in different cultures and traditions. Then you slowly transitioned to widows and the agony they go about or they have to face, and because of whatever tragedy has happened with them, and they are not able to enjoy the colors of life. Secondly, it had a very strong opening. Your speech started with you asking everybody to shut their eyes, which I think immediately engaged the entire audience to what is coming up. So that was very nice. You also touched upon the topic of racial discrimination, which is a very intangible but sensitive topic, but a very true topic, and very important for people to ponder as to, knowingly or unknowingly, we do differentiate when it comes to fair brides and fair skin and all these things. Somewhere in our upbringing or culture or education or somewhere, that discrimination against color somewhere does lie. And that is why in India also, though we are such a progressive country, we do see people discriminating against color, teasing, and those kind of things. You brought all of those things so beautifully into your speech. So I would say the content of your speech was beautifully written. The transitions, the way you brought about each of those transitions, starting from description of color to each of those instances, were beautifully flowing into the speech. You had a very good conclusion to the speech in terms of leaving the audience with a thought that, you know, color also speaks so much through the different shades. The only area which I would recommend, which you could have improved to up the game of your speech to another level, is the use of gestures. You could have made use of many more gestures of your hand, your eye, your facial expressions, your voice in a different way, pausing at different places to give that added impact and edge to your speech, so that, you know, every time you lower your voice and you then heighten it, there is a renewed interest when I listen to. All in all, it was a great speech. You wrote it beautifully well. You had very good words used in it. You brought about different messaging, and all the objectives of your speech were beautifully coming throughout the speech. And that is why I would say that you really excelled in the way you brought about that speech, and you really created a revolution in giving that speech in a very different way. So all the very best for all the future speeches. Thank you. Over to you.
Sarah, sorry, general evaluator. Yes. You're muted, ma'am. Please unmute yourself, I think. Yes, now you can speak.
So thank you, Toastmaster Nisha. Now I would like to call upon our counter for report, Gavilian
Srishti.
Srishti.
Yes.
So I'll continue with the report. Starting with the Sojanta terms, which is Gavalier Sushant Kumar. He's spoken R once, and the presiding officer, which is Gavalier Aditya Verlekar, he's spoken R twice and once. And the Toastmaster of the day, Sarah Verlekar, was great. Timer Gavalier Mubashir Ansari spoke R once. The speaker, in fact, Kavya Singh she was a very great speaker. She has no R counter. And then we have the table topic speeches. So most of them, all of them haven't used any filler as such. And then even the evaluator, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, she's used the word once and so once. And rest everything is great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srishti. Now I would like to call upon grammarian for his report, Toastmaster Meha.
So, greetings everyone, and I'm here with the grammarian report now. First, let us start with the good usages of English. Some of the words that I really liked that was used by the speakers: shimmering, lavish, revoke, agony, pondered. These were the words I really liked. And now we are going to see the not so good usages of some and some suggestions from my side. And to be honest, there were very a little amount of not so good usages. I really liked the way everyone spoke. And there were some common mistakes like I were going. It should be said as I was going. And there was some noun as subject verb that mistakes. And in one place it had it was used as motivation. It has to be said as motivational. And there were many has or have. Those mistakes has to be corrected. And I was really astonished the way everyone spoke. I was really glad that everyone spoke in a very nice way. And Gaviliers, please be careful with the singular and plural forms and be sure that you are using the correct form of the verb. And that's my grammarian report. And over to the general evaluator.
Thank you.
So thank you, Toastmasters Meha. Now, again, I would like to call upon timer Muhabshir for a timer report.
Mubashir, you can read out the timer reports. How much time each of them took.
Nisha, 3 minutes 20 seconds. Our counter 58 seconds. Grammarian Meha, 1 minute 24 seconds.
Excellent. Yeah. So we can launch the polls for this section with your permission, General Evaluator.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you. So let me just check. There is Grammarian B.R. Meha, Timer Mubashir, R Counter Srishti Kohli, and Sergeant at Arms Sushant Kumar. Since there was only one speaker and one speech evaluator, we do not have a poll for them. 8 out of 13 have voted. 9 out of 13 have voted. Please quickly vote. Request everybody to vote. 10 have voted already. Three more people to yes. 11 have voted. 12. One more person to vote. Okay. I probably sometimes, I cannot vote. So that is why it's showing 12 out of 13. So I'm ending the poll and I'm launching and I'm sharing the results. So let's put our hands together and clap for Sergeant at Arms Sushant Kumar. Excellent job. Excellent job. Thank you for the viewers for being so active and voting. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Girija. So first of all, I would like to thank for giving me this opportunity, fellow Toastmasters guest, and I would like to special thanks to Girija ma'am for inviting me here. Now, coming to the general evaluation. So let us start from the before meeting. So I would like to mention here that all names are renamed properly. So meeting room was set and meeting started on time. So that's the good point I observed. Only 2 minutes delayed, but that can be considered because nothing comes with a zero tolerance. So that's the good point, and I would like to appreciate that. And meeting opening. So Sushant. So opening. So I would like to mention here that the opening script was bit longer. That can be shortened. So it is explained very well, the ground rules, and before starting meeting. So you should ask for the starting recording so that it will not pop up in between. So first ask for start recording. So that is what my suggestion to Sushant. Now coming to presiding officer Aditya Verlekar. So introduction of guest was done very nicely, but my recommendation is that you can ask guests to introduce themselves, about their name, then how come they know about this club. So this kind of engagement will engage guests and they will visit your club once again. So this is about the presiding officer, and I like the confidence in Aditya while explaining everything. So keep it up, Aditya. Now coming to the TMOD Sara Verlekar. Again, Sara, I like your confidence and your introduction about the theme. And audience engagement, what I expected here, because when you introduce theme, if you ask few questions to the audience, it will make more engaging. Then for TMOD, when you call speaker for the speech, you can say speaker name, then title of the speech, and then name of the speaker. Like that, you can call and then speaker can start speaking. So this is a recommendation from my side to our TMOD. Now the tag team, I will appreciate the tag team. So I will appreciate the energy in all the children's youths. So first, let me talk about the timer Mubashir. So I loved the timing he keep, but when he explaining about himself, the introduction, he can remove, he can be on camera and video so that we can see him, and he keep timing very diligently. I would appreciate that. And while presenting a timer report, you can write or you can use an Excel sheet to present, so that will enhance your presentation skill. But I understand it's a beginning, and you will definitely learn a presentation skill as well. So this is what a recommendation for the timer. Now our counter Shrishti. So she presented a good report. I appreciate that. And she even introduction explained very well. So I don't have any recommendation to our counter Shrishti. Now coming to grammarian Meha. So she introduced word of the day revolution, but while introducing, so that description went very long. So that can be short, that what the word of the day and its explanation and use of that word. And grammarian can also introduce phrase of the day. So that can be added. So this is about the grammarian. Now coming to table topic session, next session, table topic session. There is a small glitch, network glitch, but that is very well handled by Girija ma'am. And I appreciate a lot because the time in between she used to engage with asking questions. And after coming back, the TTM Mika. So sorry if I pronouncing very wrongly your name. I would love to see energy in you if when introducing table topics, and there should be a checklist that you should first explain timings, that every speaker will get a 2-minute time. So this you can check before starting table topic session, and check timer is visible to every speaker. Yes, and I love the topics you selected, which are matching to the theme of the day. Now, one more recommendation here. Guest Ashi, she was not comfortable to speak on the first day, but I will say that take this opportunity. I understand that impromptu speech is difficult to speak immediately, but you can introduce yourself. It's about only speaking, right? So you can say about your hobby, your name, and what you like, and what you would like to speak. In this table topic speeches, I like the speech of Sushant. So he spoke vulnerably. I like that. The timer is green, timer is red. That way he is speaking. So this is all about a table topic session. And one more thing, in table topics also, you can use a presentation that you can present your screen and type the title of the speech there. That way you can start learning to present. So with the small changes. So this is about the table topics. Now I would like to appreciate Girija ma'am's work as a Zoom master. So everything is very well spotlighted on the spot, and Girija ma'am is praising everyone, and she is inspiring everyone that come, please speak. So I loved it. I loved it. So no words to explain that. I inspired, and I will also implement in my club.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Actually, I'm energized to see all these youths. So I was not having an idea that I'm going to meet all of you, and I see the energy in everyone and the attempts. I'm very impressed to see the small kids here, and they are attempting to speak. Now, about evaluation. So Toastmaster Nisha, I liked your evaluation. So you used the CRC method, and yes, I appreciate that. And as you are professional, you explained it very nicely. So there is no recommendation from my side. Now coming to speaker, yes, speaker is evaluated by evaluator. But when I was listening, I also felt one or two comments, so I would like to add. So I like the speech very much. So colors are very close to my heart, and she explained it very nicely. So somewhere I was feeling that she is reading the script, and the speech objective is about transition. In transition, she can use the colors, like any colors to any color page she can use while explaining. So this is also can make a transition, like you are showing color to the audience and you are explaining that. You would have explained with respect to rainbow colors. So that can be done, and you can use a stage to make a transition that you can move from right to left, and like that also you can make a transition. And congratulations, you completed your project too. I appreciate that. And clarity on the script, I like the content in the script. So once again, I thank everyone and Happy New Year all of you. And thank you for inviting me here. With this, I complete my general evaluation, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sarah.
Thank you. From ancient Greece to the European Middle Ages, a revolution was regarded as a destructive force. Later on, during the Renaissance period, the idea of revolution started to change. It was seen as necessary for progress. While this attitude of I am not going to give it anymore gives rise to awareness, impacts our collective consciousness, and lead to social change. We must realize in the personal space, this will give rise to anger, anxiety, unhappiness, restless mind, sleeplessness, and ill health. One of the most amazing things about our brain is that it's what has called neuroplasticity. Your thoughts literally can change the structure of your brain. That's why my brain does not look like your brain, because our thoughts vary. You are literally able to rewire your brain by choosing to think different thoughts. And when we change thoughts, our emotions go along for the ride. And when our emotions change, we find more positive behaviors as well. This is sometimes referred to as the cognitive triangle in psychology. So when you say, I can't do this anymore, I don't know what the this is, what you believe you can't do anymore. However, I do know this, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. When people say it's all in your head, we can all dismiss that and continue to live in anger, hatred, due to our negative thoughts about something and which we can't change. When we say to ourselves, I can't do this anymore, life becomes so dark, and that we feel that has hit the rock bottom. Then depression hits. But a change in our thoughts and our attitude and a lot of prayer and faith can make a huge difference. So thank you, and over to you, Presiding Officer Aditya Vedic.
Thank you, Cavalier of the Day. As presiding officer, I am glad we have had a wonderful meeting today. My heartfelt gratitude to our General Evaluator, Rita Achalere, Teach Evaluator, Toastmaster, Advocate Nisha Sanjeev, for making it possible to get constructive evaluation for our speeches and meeting quality. Your continued support will help us improve. I also thank Cavalier Meha from Virudhunagar Gavel Club for being the grammarian. Mind your language, they say, And here with this role, you took us a step up. I congratulate Gavalier Kavya Singh, who presented her second project speech. My hearty congratulations to the entire team of role players. Sushant Kumar, who opened the meeting with his high energy as Sergeant at Arms. Micah Abraham, who conducted the table topics very effectively. Mubashir Ansari, who managed the important timer role. And Srishti Kohli, who minded our ahs and ums as our counter. Thank you, Club Counselor Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, for stepping up to be the Zoom master. Congratulations to all Gavaliers attending the meeting. It is observation and participation that will make us all better communicators and leaders. I hope to see all of you participating next time, especially in the table topic session.
Wait a minute, before you adjourn the meeting, can we just launch the polls for the primary role players? And then I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
share the certificates and then you can adjourn the meeting. Just a request.
Of course.
Okay, I will launch the polls now for the primary role players. Can you all see it? Please cast your vote. Nine people have voted, 10, 11. Yes. I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. Please put your hands together and congratulate Gavalier of the Day, Gavel Master of the Day, Sarah Verlaker. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a very versatile and vibrant audience and voting on time. When we have Toastmasters and Gavaliers in the same group, like primary role players and auxiliary role players, where it is a defined role and we know that we have to do this role, we do not include them in the whole. So only with the Gavaliers, we do not ask Toastmasters, and only for table topic session, we include. So generally, this is the formality that is followed in Gavel clubs. For during the table topic session, whoever participates, it can be guests, it can be Toastmasters, it can be distinguished Toastmasters, it can be Gavaliers. Everybody is included in the poll. But for the main role players, when we invite Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters, this is for the Gavaliers to emulate and learn. So we are coming here as role models. So they are not included in the poll. Only the Gavaliers are included in those poll. So in primary and auxiliary role players, they are not included in the poll. This is for the information for everybody. Okay. So now let me share the certificates. Just give me a minute. So we want to express our gratitude to yes. So first is we want to express our gratitude to our general evaluator, Rita Achelere. Thank you so much for being here. And here is our certificate of appreciation presented with gratitude at the online meeting of Eloquent Elites Gavel Club for graciously guiding us as general evaluator, presented to you, signed by Aditya Verlaker. To speech evaluator, Toastmaster Nisha Sanjeev, again for doing an exemplary role. Thank you so much for guiding our Gavaliers. We have now graciously guiding us as grammarian, Gavalier B.R. Meha, who has come from another club, from Virudhunagar Club. Thank you so much for being here. For the table, now we come to the certificate of recognition to Gavalier Sushant Kumar for being voted as the best table topic speaker. The best auxiliary role player, we had, who was it? timer, grammarian, accounter, and sergeant-at-arms. So the sergeant-at-arms got it. So it was Gavalier, Sushant Kumar. I will make it and send it. And here we have the Gavalier of the day to Sara Verlekar. Thank you so much. I will add that certificate for you, Sushant, and I will send it to everybody. Thank you so much. Now, over to you, presiding officer. Now we can adjourn the meeting. Thank you. After we adjourn
Thank
the
you so
meeting,
much.
I request everybody to stay for a group photograph, come on video. And also I request Vivan wanted to say something. Please stay back and listen. I do not know what he wants to say, but he has put up his hands. Thank you. Over to you, Aditya. Sorry for interruption.
No problem, Girija ma'am. Thank you so much. And so now we've come to the ending of the meeting, and with a great feeling of anticipation for the next meeting, I adjourn this meeting for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I stop the recording and then we can